Alright, what's up guys? Sunday morning. I was thinking about doing a ride, but I got out a little bit too late. But I was just kind of feeling the itch to get on the bike, so I thought I would do some manual and wheelie practice. I've been watching a lot of wheelie videos, manual videos. Constant Novice Visual Dictionary presents the wheelie. The wheelie is a trick in which the rider produces a strong pedal force in conjunction with the force up and to the back in order to ride on one wheel. The rider remains seated and continues to pedal through the duration of the wheelie. The manual. The manual is a one-wheel trick in which the rider raises the front wheel by generating a backward and upward force. The rider starts standing and remains dismounted, maintaining the balance point by keeping weight behind the seat and over the rear axle. The rider does not pedal. Now, where was I? Oh, right. A lot of wheelie videos, manual videos, and it all goes to this idea that just because I'm a novice and I don't expect ever to go to an elite or expert level on something doesn't mean I can't get better. And that's one of the things, like, just always trying to get better. And if I was already good at something, like I used to be able to kind of do wheelies, I used to kind of flip, it doesn't mean you're going to stay there. You can lose skills just like you can gain them. So I'm just going to work on some wheelies and manuals, and we'll see how it goes. The ideal seat height is actually different for a wheelie and a manual, so I just made something in between. In this practice, I did manuals going slightly downhill and wheelies going slightly uphill. It's just one of the little tips that helps to make it easier to practice. I continued on like this for about 5 minutes. But let's look at some manuals. You can see I'm really not getting the wheel up very high, and the visual dictionary can actually be really informative on this. A better riding position would put my weight over the rear wheel and my head over the rear wheel. My head is still well forward of the rear axle and just pulling the front wheel straight down. My last manual was a little better. I had my butt above the rear axle, but I'll need to bend my knees to get my head far enough back to keep the wheel up and balanced. Let's look at some wheelies. I had a little bit more success with wheelies. I've been doing those for longer than manuals. During my best attempts, my head, seat, and rear axle were all in alignment. When my head got forward, the front wheel went down. All right, just a quick little sesh. See, it does take a little work. Kind of winded. There's a few key points that everybody talks about: hips and arms locked out. The one that really, I think, made me kind of flip a switch, I got a couple more of those longer wheelies, was to keep my eyes forward. I had a tendency to get my head down and my eyes on my front wheel, and it just brings the weight down. And then when I realized that I was doing that, I consciously made an effort to look out front, which was weird because I felt like I was kind of disconnected from the bike. But then I was just able to kind of stay up in it for a little bit. The other thing that was really crucial and useful is to, everybody talks about keeping a finger over your rear brake. So if you start to feel like you're gonna loop out, you just tap that brake and then head right back down. All right, if anybody has seen my white helmet, I would love it if you would tell me where it is. I was watching one of my last videos, in the video, on the woods. It was like this. It's like, that defeats the whole point. That's not safe. It's kind of like a real primitive sort of MIP system, I guess, but it's not safe. So if you can see my white helmet, even though I'm not really a huge fan of that, let me know where it is. Post to the comments. Make sure you like and subscribe to this channel so I can keep putting out more content. And tell me what kind of skills you want me to try out. If you see something that I'm doing wrong with these manuals and these wheelies, let me know. I'll try it. All right, thanks everybody. If I don't see you on the trails, see you on the internet.